Well, everybody, I got some really banging news last night by looking online, okay? I was able to compare William Eugene Asher and Michael Middleton, all of their addresses and aliases and events. DUIs, OUIs, where they're at, when they're switching identity from Michael to William and William to Michael, okay? I've had multiple calls from people and messages that come over the phone. I have found the information on a few other wives, and I also found out the name that was used when William left me in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, and went to Maidstone, Vermont, and married Brenda K. Young Rice, now Lovell, under the name of Nisbett. And according to the documents, I'm not sure if it's true or not, because I found a lot of information that wasn't pertaining to me, including saying that I was looked at and scamming and going along with his conman acts from Maine to California in 1995, and that I was arrested by the FBI. That's false information, but it's out here on the internet. So I'm going to be sharing that, and I'm also going to let you people know what fucking time it is if you don't start coming forward with the information that you knew, that you know, and what you thought. Okay? So with that being said, if you know about this shit with Jeffrey Noyce, Wendell Noyce, Stewartstown murder, rape of little girls, a Colombian guy that got, a Colombian, New Hampshire guy that got shot, executed because he was in a trial for a con man that was making product for guns, okay? So a lot of stuff revolves around the police. And my husband, William Eugene Asher, that's his true identity. And so is it true that he was a selectman from Maitland, Vermont back in 1997? Who knows? But I'm going to call Maitland and I'm going to find out. And I'm also going to send all this information that I found last night to the FBI. Because you see, back in 1995, when I married William, I would be at work and he would be out doing all kinds of fraudulent bullshit that I didn't even have any kind of inclination about until I started getting all the checks back and overdrafts on my account. And then finding out from him when he told Inside Edition that he had been going to Ames department stores and JCPenney, and he would write an amount on a check and he'd get it back. I remember one particularly, JCPenney, $999.99 for a camcorder. And he returned it with a burned slip and said that he paid cash and they gave him the cash back. So noting that he was doing this stuff to Miss Grant from Exeter, New Hampshire, she would buy him stuff such as a computer and he'd return it for the cash. Yeah, that's when he was living under the name of Michael Middleton. He also worked at the Hooksett School. And today in 2025, 2026 era, he's still working for a hospital in Dover, New Hampshire, and with the police that are hiding all of this information. On January 1st, they were illegally following and harassing and surveilling, and all of a sudden, way out of town, down south, where we were going to look at a job site, we get pulled up on by the cops, like 6 of them, I think, and saying that they had a warrant for my arrest, yet they couldn't provide it, they didn't produce it, and it had taken many multiple minutes for them to receive it, okay, by fax or by internet, however they fucking got it. But I can tell you that Thomas Murphy, the officer, I want to thank you, sir, for being very cordial to me and listening to me. You were a top-notch officer that day, and I can't say that about many officers because they don't earn that respect. But I want to thank you for being very cordial to me, not treating me like I was a villain, but noting that I'm a victim and a survivor of a lot of fucking crimes that have been portrayed against me, carried out against me, and committed against me. Whether it be slander, physical abuse, burning of my homes, thefts of my vehicles, drugging me, being raped and left for the dead. I've got all this information, folks, dating right back to 1995. I have the Inside Edition tape and the CDs to provide, and the video on here already, that William Eugene Asher is Michael Middleton, dating right back to 1995 when he was under the names of Jason Sims, Danny Mitchell Stevens, and seemingly so when he was under the name of Robert Nisbett. Why is it saying that he took off and then came back and left Brenda in a shallow grave beside her house? That sounds like a Joda Hodge movie. Okay, it sounds like they are trying to develop something, or maybe they did, and I already know that. Me and my family have been sold out to Hollywood since 1995, when Paramount Films contacted me and said they'd have Molly Ringwald play my part. No, the fuck you won't. Nobody plays my part, because it's not a goddamn game. This is my fucking life, and my children's lives, and my grandchildren's lives that you've been fucking with for 30 goddamn years, and it's on. It's fucking on. You seen about the fires? That's because one of his addresses, which leads to that building that caught fire, not once but twice. He couldn't burn it the first time, so he had to go back and burn it a second time. I've already called Caribou and found out where Michael Middleton, a.k.a. William Eugene Asher, was during that time. So I'll be contacting the fire chief, and there's going to be an investigation through the state fire marshal in Augusta, Maine, to find out why did that building get burned not just once, but a second time, to make sure it was dissolved and resolved. Good question, right? I want you to read these headlines, and I want you to look them up before you start defaming me. Please reach out to Cassandra and find out where she stands with this situation, if she would like to come forward and press charges again and start a civil lawsuit against all of them, including the state of Maine and New Hampshire, for failing. Now you tell me why my daughter is being noted to have a birthday to 1987, age 38. And no, that is not her current address. William Eugene Asher, I'm pretty sure you're involved in this, because your name shows up, and your name shouldn't be fucking showing up anywhere except for on a grave. Oh, look. When William was working for Limerick Spurwink. And requesting a wage increase through DHHS. Look at all the different aliases. Another name he used. You see that? Also known as William Asher. Ah, yes, my conman husband. Here it is, proof that he's my husband. I'm the only one, assumingly, that is married to him under his true identity. Here you go. Here's proof that I changed my name June 19th, 2019 to my roots and surname, Howes. And all of a sudden, they say, I never showed up for that court hearing. Are you fucking kidding me? Let me tell you something. I've got so much proof and witnesses to that. State of Maine, Skowhegan. Yeah, I promise you, it's not over yet. Infamous William Eugene Asher, while he was being Michael Middleton and some Simone Harris, put this out in 2023 about my daughter, saying that she had been stabbed and left on the side of the road for dead. Let's start reading these. All right, what you just read about Robert Nisbett? Well, seemingly, Brenda doesn't want to talk about it. I petitioned the court to find out what he had used for a name, and then all of a sudden, Lord works in mysterious ways again, and it brought to my attention, look it up. So I did, and that's what I found. So was he or was he not part of the Board of Selectmen from Maidstone, Vermont? Is that why the judge denied me the right to know what name he used when he did all of this shit back in 1997? And no, she's not dead. She wasn't found in a shallow grave beside her home. And like I said before, that's like a Joda Hodge film scene in Scream that they probably concocted. Okay, so now we're going to go on to, I looked myself up. And noting to you that in 1995, my husband, William Eugene Asher, married me under the name of Donald Lowther Jr. He left me 11 days after marrying me under a false name, okay? And when he left, a few days later, and by the way, this is his new account, he surfaced in the newspaper as a missing person because Bethlehem chief of police said it must have been a lover's quarrel, didn't want to do anything about it. And so 3 days later, they did put it in the paper, and it surfaced back, Linda Thorman, that West Virginia was looking for him under the name of Danny Mitchell Stevens, okay, because he had duped her, and he's a con man that embezzled many, many thousands of dollars. And when he did that, they say he would get caught. West Virginia, John Analog, Trooper John Analog said, oh yeah, we'll get him. Oh no, you failed because you didn't fucking get him. And unfortunately, Linda's dead now. But fortunately, Kim is very well and alive, and I'm not going to fucking stop until you police get arrested and spend your prison time with Mr. Asher for all of what he's done to us wives, okay? Michael Middleton, Danny Mitchell Stevens, whoever you want to fucking go after, but go get him and make damn sure that he never gets back out, okay? Because here's the thing. You cops have blamed me for doing the things that he's done. You've obviously had your mindset anytime you've met up with me, and it would be probably because you've been pee-pee puffing William. I mean, from Bellows Falls, Vermont, across to Lancaster, and down the seacoast to Seabrook, New Hampshire, okay? I don't know what you people are fucking thinking, but when I tell you I've got proof, fact, and evidence, and I'm not going to stop until you do something, you probably should have taken that into consideration. Isn't that right, Nathan Cass? Because I told you again about it. And every single officer that has contact with me, here's my story. They try to silence me and interrupt me and say, oh, hold on now. Hold on a minute. Let me get right back to you. Because they're expecting, okay? They're expecting that I'll forget what I'm saying. But no, because I'm not lying. I'm telling the God's honest fucking truth. Why would I lie anyways, okay? But who's lying? You're all fucking lying. And you're all hiding him. And you're blaming me. Birds of a feather flock together. You nasty ass fucking bastards. Blaming me and hiding the information in Bethlehem, New Hampshire. Harassing me when I go camping. Because you want to try to suppress the information and silence me. Like on January 1st when you took my phone away from Sammy. That was bringing it to me so I could make a phone call to call my friend attorney that would be able to tell you all about yourselves and how you have been committing misconduct, violating my rights, and everything in between from A to Z, okay? So this right here saying that I got arrested for his bullshit when he married me under a false name, I've never been arrested for fucking anything other than false allegations, okay? I never got arrested by the FBI for this fucking bullshit, all right? So what I'm telling you right now is that somebody's responsible for all of what William Eugene Asher is doing. And the ones that are really responsible right now are Homeland Security out of Strafford County, former security for Homeland Security, which would be Eric Millar, who is now the chief in New Durham, New Hampshire, okay? So all along the seacoast, if you take count of all the gay cops throughout the towns, you're going to find. And if you look up the names and the addresses of Michael Middleton from Bangor, Maine, Prescott, Maine, Berwick, Maine, Old Orchard Beach, Maine, in the surrounding areas, which is right across the border of New Hampshire, and then you take William Eugene Asher, Bill Asher, Will Aim Asher, William H. Arsenault, okay? William Hasher. Those all go back to the same fucking person. So call Camden Police Chief, Chief of Police, I'm sorry. Call Camden Chief of Police, call South Berwick, call Old Orchard Beach, call Bangor, call Prescott, call Lancaster, call Essex County Sheriff's Department, call the state of New Hampshire Attorney General's office, call Vermont. Ask Trevor Colby at the Essex County Sheriff's Department how he knows William Asher. And then, or Robert Nisbett at the time, okay? And then call David Colby, Attorney David Colby, and ask him what he knows about William Eugene Asher, a.k.a. Michael Middleton. And if you all have time, look up the names of the other wives and contact them and ask them if they want to join and make it a class action against the state, the counties, the towns, the police departments, everybody involved, and the country of the United States of America for allowing this fucking piece of shit to do what he's done and destroy our lives. Thank you. And that's not going to be it, because I will be sharing again the videos from Inside Edition, and you're going to see that all of what you just seen and heard in here is going to be on that video. Proof, fact, and evidence. And look at the fat face compared to his thinner face when he was younger, okay? The bone structures. And then if you look at Cupid of Chaos and you look at, just look up everything about William Asher online and Michael Middleton and compare the facts. Look at Instagram, look at videos of him being in the Appalachian Mountain back in 2021, and it will tell you there's a writing that he did to describe that he was going to the Appalachian Mountains after a gastro bypass, and that's what he did. He went as Michael Middleton, and he came back as William Asher again. So there you go. Don't call me a fucking liar. And that fat bitch that said something to me on social media asking me if I had reported any of this to the police, you stupid fucking cunt. Your mother should have been slapped and your daddy should have been fucking castrated, because obviously, you dumb bitch, I have contacted the fucking police and the Pope.